Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another video. All right, so before I get started on today's detailed tutorial, I want to mention a few quick things. As you all know, Tammy Anderson and I are doing our Fluid Art Creative Escape Workshop in Charlotte, North Carolina. That is February 18th and 19th. And for 2 weeks only, December 1st to the 15th, we are doing a Christmas sale, which means you can save $50 off your ticket. So if you are interested in attending and coming to see Tammy and I in Charlotte, North Carolina in February, and you want to save 50 bucks, now is the time to get your tickets. So head on over and email us at fluidartescape@gmail.com, and we will send you all the information you need to know, hotel info, how much the classes cost, what the classes entail. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be held at the Hyatt hotel, which is right next to the airport. So you get free shuttle to the airport from the, free shuttle to the hotel from the airport, which is great. No Ubers, no taxis, no car rentals, which is really, really great. And we're all going to be under one roof this time, which is going to be a lot of fun. And we'll get to hang out with you guys and maybe have breakfast in the morning. In the afternoons, we're definitely going to hit a restaurant, which is right next to the hotel, and hang out with you guys, get to know you guys. So if you want to get more information, fluidartescape@gmail.com. The sale is only for 2 weeks only, all right? That is in February. Don't forget, in April, I am heading to Seattle, Washington, and I will be joining the Fluid Art Experience crew. So I will be there in April 27th to the 29th. For more information and to book classes, if you want to come and see me at the West Coast, in the West Coast, you can check out the website fluidartexperience.com. Last thing I want to say before we get started. I have a lot of my fellow Canadians who are continuously asking me, when are you going to do a workshop in Canada? When are you going to do a workshop in Canada? Don't forget us Canadians. Yes, I know I live in Canada. So I am going to ask my fellow Canadians to put in the comments below where you would like to see me come. Now, there's only a few options. There's going to be British Columbia, like Vancouver, British Columbia, Edmonton, Alberta, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, and yeah, I think that was it. There was 4 options. If you've seen my social media, I put, just let me know in the comments below. Please don't say to me, come to Toronto or come to Hamilton, or if I'm already in the Ontario area, I cannot come to Toronto. It would make no sense for me to pack up half of my studio, drive 2 hours to Toronto, rent a space to do a class when I host classes here in London in my home studio. I've had people drive 3 to 4 hours to come and see me here. I've had people fly from Montreal, from Quebec, from Alberta, Nova Scotia. I've had all kinds of people. British Columbia, I had somebody fly over from. So if you live in Ontario in the GTA-ish area or around London, a couple of hours away, you can come and take classes from me here in London, okay? So this vote/poll is for me to travel to a different province, okay? So I'm going to potentially offer to come to a different province. So like I said, British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, whatever, okay? So let me know where you'd like me to come, and I will definitely put it into serious consideration for 2023. All right? Now, let's get started. Okay, a lot of people have been wondering how to use this little piggy pigments, your TLP pigments, in a Dutch pour. So I know there's a bunch of recipes floating out there. There are a couple of YouTubers who already do use the TLPs in a Dutch pour. And that's great. Erica Hughes, for example, she's got a great recipe out there, and that works well for her. I did try it once, long time ago. It didn't really work for me that well. So I have been working hard with Billy from TLP, and we have done many trials, many errors. I've wasted countless canvases. I'll even show you one. This is a failed canvas. But you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a ridge around here because I had done one, scraped it, done another one, scraped it. Then I did this one. Like, I mean, it's not horrible. It's not that bad. It's just not what I would expect in my Dutch pours. It's actually, the more I look at it, it's not horrible, but it didn't look like this when I initially blew it out. So it expanded, it, you know, really took over. So this was what I call a failed attempt. But yeah, so lots of trial and error, and we finally figured it out. And as you saw in my last video, I showed you guys a finished example with resin, and I was pretty happy with those results. So I'm going to show you today how I did that. And it's going to be a long video, I'm sure. And I'm going to tell you guys all the ingredients you need. So first off, we're going to need some Jo Sonja. Okay, now the reason you need this is because you need to get these little piggies wet. So you can't just put the powder in with your floetrol or your paint and expect it to work. You need to wet this pigment first. You need to get it wet and turn it into a liquid. So that's where the Jo Sonja comes in, okay? And you can buy this on the Fluid Art Co. website, which is where you buy your piggies from. They have a small bottle, and then they also have the bigger bottle. My suggestion, go with the bigger bottle. It's going to last you a super duper long time. If you are using this simply to do Dutch pours with and mix some of your piggies with and not use it for like bloom technique, this bottle is going to last you months and months and months because you don't need that much. So I would go with the big bottle, just better bang for your buck. Okay, so you're gonna need that, and you're gonna need your Behr. So this is Behr Deep Base 8300, okay? It must say 8300, okay? So screenshot, take a picture of this. You need this, okay? This you get at Home Depot, and it's in Canada, where I get it, it's about 50 bucks. But yes, I know, don't freak out. I know. This is gonna last you like a year. I kid you not. If you're only using it for a Dutch pour, like, I mean, I don't know if they sell it in a smaller can. I've never even looked. See if they have it in a smaller can. Maybe you can get a smaller version of it. But don't think, oh, 50 bucks, it's, you know, it's so expensive. But it's going to last you like a year. I kid you not. So these are the only two products you need to buy. Well, aside from your piggies, obviously. But this is it. This is all you need to buy. Now, I know Erica Hughes uses, in her recipe, she uses the golden gel gloss. So this is what she uses, and it works for her, and her pieces are amazing. The reason I don't want to use this is because this at Michael's is $25, and you need quite a bit of it. So this isn't going to last you a very long time for, like, this is just, you know, for me. So I would rather buy this for 50 bucks instead of this for 25. And I think Erica does just water, I think, with her mixing. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's been a long time since I did that and used Erica's recipe. So that's all you need, just those two. And I'm going to show you guys how to mix those. I'm going to actually just move this out of the way. Okay. Then, so what we're going to do is we need our floetrol, which I forgot to get off the table or put on the table. All right. There's always something I'm going to forget when I'm doing a tutorial that needs a bunch of stuff. So there is your Canadian and American floetrol. Okay. Give it a good shake. All right. So first thing we need to do is create a pouring medium. This pouring medium is what you are going to put in to your piggies, okay? This is going to create your paint that would be equivalent to your Dutch pour paints, like your Amsterdam paints that I mix with water and floetrol, right? So we need to make a pouring medium. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just pour some floetrol into a cup, and you must always strain it, always, because there are floetrol boogers, and I just saw a bunch just come out. You must strain your floetrol, okay? I just use a dollar store strainer, and when it gets goopy and, you know, not so good after a while, I chuck it and go and buy a new one. All right, so let me show you. Look at the goobers. Those are all boogies. Floetrol boogies, I call them, okay? So that is it, okay? Now what you wanna do is when you're done using your strainer, go and wash it, because if this dries, it's kind of like glue. If it dries, it's gonna clog up all the holes in your strainer, and then your strainer's garbage. So I would go and wash it right away. And I'm gonna put you guys on pause for a second so I can go wash this right away. And there you go. All clean, ready for the next use. This should last you months and months. I've had strainers that have lasted me a really long time. All right, back to the pouring medium. So for the pouring medium, it's a 3-to-1, okay? So we are going to do 3 parts floetrol to 1 part Behr, okay? So depending on how much you want to make, so as you can see here, I already have some that's been sitting in this cup for like a couple of weeks now, or, you know, 2 weeks or so. And as long as you have it in an airtight container or a cup with plastic over it, it is still good, all right? But I just wanted to show you guys that you could literally make a big batch of it. Oh, my popsicle stick is cracked. I better get a new one. So you can make a big batch of it and save it. So then that way, every time you want to do a Dutch pour and mix some piggies, you don't actually have to keep making more and more. Another good thing you could store it in is soup containers. So if you go to your local grocery store and buy soup, you know, those ready to, like I've got tons, you know, save your containers and the lids, and then put your pouring medium in containers, yogurt containers, all kinds of stuff, right? So instead of throwing it in recycling, wash it and put it in a container with a lid on it, okay? It could be a sour cream container, a margarine container, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then that way you can just save it. And yeah, you're ready to go every time you want to just do a quick Dutch pour. All right, so I've got my Behr here, and I'm going to carefully open this lid. Why do I always have trouble with these things? Always. Never fails. All right, so little hammer, little tapping away, and there you go. When you go and buy this at your Home Depot, get one of these, okay? It's a little lid that you screw onto your, they're free. They come, when you buy like a can of this, ask for one of these, okay? And it is completely free. And what you do is you just screw it here on the top, and then you can pour it out of the spout and then not get paint or the Behr or whatever it is all along your edges here, okay? So it's actually really convenient to have. All right, so we need, as I said, 3-to-1. So 3 parts floetrol to 1 part Behr. So if you want to do like a big batch of it, and you want to do like, let's say 20 grams of, 10 grams of Behr, then you need to do 3 parts of the floetrol. So you understand what I'm saying, people, right? So if I do 10 grams of Behr, I need 30 grams of floetrol. If I do 50 grams of Behr, then I need 150 grams of floetrol, okay? 3-to-1, 3-to-1. So I'm going to do 10 grams of Behr, or 20. Let's see, maybe 10. Now, this stuff is heavy, so you'll get, I say, well, let's do 30 grams actually, because I'll save some. All right, perfect. Oh, look at that, perfect. 30 grams. 30 grams of Behr. So now, come on guys, let's do the math together. Now I need 90 grams of floetrol. All right, I'm gonna actually leave this aside because I might make more after this video. So I'll leave it aside for now. So I've got 30 grams of Behr, and now I'm going to do 90 grams of floetrol. So I'm gonna reset my scale, and I'm going to do 90 grams of floetrol. $85, $89, good enough for me. If you're over by a gram or under by a gram, it is not the end of the world. If you go over by 5 grams, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so don't panic. So there we go. We've got the Behr and the floetrol. Okay, so let's give it a good mix. And this is going to be your pouring medium. This is what you're going to use to turn this into a paint. All right, that is it. Super simple. And like I said, if you mix a big batch of this and you have it stored in an airtight container, so every time you want to do a Dutch pour, you already have, if you already have your, colors in low leave Effie bottles or whatever bottles you may have them in, all you need to do is just mix some piggy colors and you're good to go. All right, so that, making sure if your cup has ridges on the bottom, right, like down in here, you want to make sure you get that popsicle stick down in the bottom there and you get that fully mixed. All right, so I'm actually going to pour my pouring medium from the other cup in here. Might as well just add them together. All right, and I'll give this a mix. I almost filled my cup to the brim there. All right, there is, and you can actually see the consistency is pretty fluid, right? So you don't need to add water. So actually in the tester piece I had showed you earlier that I did lots of trials on, I had added water and this and that, and then it ended up being too fluid, too runny, and that's when all the paints expanded on the canvas, so that didn't work, right? So like I said, lots of trial and error. Okay, pouring medium done. Okay, so now let's get some piggies. Let's do some piggies. So I'm gonna put my little Dixie cup on the scale. I'm gonna zero out my scale. Okay, and we are going to use Sapphire. Actually, I'll tell you the colors later. So be very careful when opening your piggies. You should wear a mask. Okay, I'm not going to wear one now because then you won't be able to hear my voice. It'll be muffled. But please wear a mask when you are working with piggies because the fine dust particles are not healthy for you to inhale. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to add a heaping popsicle stick, okay, into my cup. And you should see, it turned 1 gram. That's it. That's all you need is 1 gram. Okay, so 1 gram of that. I'm gonna carefully close the lid. All right, I'm gonna do that. And I am going to wet the piggies now. I have to wet that. I can't put my pouring medium in here because it won't break the particles up, the pigments. So I'm going to reset my scale and you are going to put in 5 grams of Jo Sonja. 5 little grams, that's it. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, that's it. So if you're using this only for Dutch pours, then you could go with the smaller bottle, but I would just go with the bigger one. You get more bang for your buck and then it's gonna last you a lifetime. All right, so now I'm going to carefully, slowly mix my Jo Sonja with my pigment, with my TLP, my piggies, making sure it's all scraping the sides, Okay, and there it is. There it is. Look how pretty. So that is Sapphire. And now it's all wet, okay? Fully covered. All my pigment in here is nice and wet. No more powder, okay? So now we need to add pouring medium into this. So I'm going to reset my scale. And all we want to do is add 5 grams. That's it. 5 grams. 4, 5. So like, I mean, I have an entire cup left still. It's crazy. And that's it. So I'm going to stir that in. And now if you notice that your color gets a little lighter, it's because this is white, but don't worry, because when it dries clear. So don't panic if the color of your piggy changes a little bit here in your cup, because it's going to dry regular color, its normal color, because that will dry clear. All right, and there we go. That's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm ready to do a Dutch pour. See? And this is the perfect consistency. If you make it too fluid, so this is one in my trials, I added like a few drops of water to make it like a really thinner consistency to match this. Like I was doing drip tests, but like I said, I found that I made this too runny and it just expanded too much on the canvas and I didn't like it. So on the piece that I showed you that was completed and resined, I did this and did not add any water and it worked out perfectly. So that's it. That is all you have to do. So it's not that hard. And then if you have little containers from Loli Veffy, you know, the little containers, I'll show you. You can get them in different sizes, but there's these containers here. Okay, these are from Loli Veffy. You can pour your excess if you make a bigger batch, and you can pour it in these containers, and they are airtight, and you can store them in here. And that way you can make as many colors as you want and then store them in the containers. And that way you don't have to spend every day or whatever, every time you want to do a Dutch pour, you don't have to mix new colors because you kind of already have them in your containers. Okay, so that's it. I am going to mix my other 2 piggies really quickly, and we're going to get started on the Dutch pour. So I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I've got my piggies mixed up. I'm going to tell you guys the colors I am using today. So starting off with the base, it is going to be the Titanium White by Amsterdam, okay? And I just mix a big batch of it here in a big bottle. So I just have a lot of it when I want to do Dutch pours. So Titanium White by Amsterdam. And my colors I'm going to be using is this little piggy, Nebula. Okay, so I've got Nebula. Then I'm going a little wild here. I'm going to use Greenish Yellow by Amsterdam. Then I have this little piggy, Sapphire. So Sapphire by this little piggy. Then random color again, Naples Yellow Deep by Amsterdam. And then topping it off, Violet Rain. Violet Rain by TLP. Okay, so those are my colors. You already know how I mix my piggies now. And if you are new watching and you want to know how I mix my paints from my regular Dutch pours, okay, so that includes the base paint and the colored paints, you can check out video number 434. I will link it up here at the top for those of you who are new watching and want to know how I mix these paints. All right, so what I've gone and done is I have 5 colors here. And as you can see, I have split my colors up. So I've added a piggy in between each color. And I ended with a piggy because I want that shimmer on the top, okay? And I like Violet Rain the most in this color series here. So I've put it on the top, okay? It'll be the last color I put down on the canvas. So it should be the color that you see the most when you blow it out, all right? So those are my colors. I am going to flood my canvas and I'll be right back. ready to go. So I'm going to start with my Nebula, and it is more of a pain to pour out of these cups. I love my squeeze bottles, but gonna have to suck it up. This is why I like the Dixie cups, because you can pinch it and do a little spout. All right, that's why I like these paper cups, and they're recyclable after. So I'm going to do my regular line and wispy for this one, just to make it simple. And I'm going to just go like so. Like that. And you should have just a little bit left in the cup. There shouldn't be too much left. Actually, there's not that much left at all. Maybe to do another wispy. You can see that. So the recipe I gave you is perfect if you're doing just one Dutch pour. But like I said, if you want to multiply the ratios and then save it in a container, and then that way you don't have to do it all the time, that also works as well. All right, this color should be interesting. All right, so nice, like almost like a lime green color, which is pretty. All right, then Sapphire. There are so many colors, and they just released, Ciraco just released 7 new colors on December 2nd. Violet Rain is one of them. And so I think they had 78 colors plus the new 7 colors. So yeah, you do the math. There's a lot of colors. And I gotta say, I have them all because I just have to. I have to have them all. So I have all the colors, and I've been having a lot of fun playing with them. If you're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, you would have seen, ooh, that was quite the goober that just came out of there. What was that? I guess it shouldn't matter because I'm going to blow that off, but my goodness, I haven't used this color. Like, I don't even know when I used this color last. What is coming out of here? I don't want that in my painting. There we go. That was so weird. Old goober. That's what happens sometimes. All right. That's still so weird. There's something in there. I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, there it is. Okay, and last but not least, Violet Rain. So yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. Bummer. I can't remember what I was saying. It doesn't matter. All right, so Violet Rain. Oh, how many colors there are, and I have all the colors. Because there's just so many, and you don't know which one to choose, and they're all so pretty, so you just want them all. And it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to pop the bubbles. Okay, and on the Fluid Art Co website, there's Canada, US, Australia, Europe. There's different countries that you pick from. So you pick the country where you live, and then you can order all the products from there. And I will put that link in the description below my videos, okay? All right, so let's start blowing. I'm going to start here and blow it out. Let's go. All right, so I did say I was going a little wild with the colors. The green is gorgeous. I'm not sure about the Naples yellow deep, but it's definitely interesting. Now, in terms of the actual blowout, you can see there's some pretty cells happening here. and I can see the shimmer on my end here. So I'll show you guys that when the lights are off. But I love it. The colors are really pretty. I just not sure about this color. Maybe it'll grow on me. It might grow on me. It might grow on me. We'll see. I'm not crazy about how this is literally on the cusp of falling over. I would have liked maybe some more negative space, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to fidget with it. I really like it. I like the colors, except for maybe this one. Although you don't see it too much except for in this strip over here, so we'll see. And then, of course, we will see how it dries. I have a feeling it will expand just a little bit. Okay, so you got to understand that these piggies play different when it comes to floetrol and all that other stuff, okay? And so we will see how it dries. And unfortunately, you won't get to see that until my next video on Wednesday. So yeah, you'll just have to be patient and wait. So in the meantime, I'm going to see if any of my edges need fixed, and I'm going to bring you guys in for a close-up. Be right back. All right, everybody. So don't forget to take your stick, and you want to scrape those drips. Don't forget, super duper important, okay? Do all 4 sides, come back, you know the drill. All right, so this is what it looks like. I have a feeling it's going to continue to expand a little bit as it dries. So we'll see, but on the black base that I did, it worked out really, really well. And this has kind of got like a foggy look to it, and I'm actually kind of digging it. So we shall see how it dries. But yeah, let's check it out with the lights on and see what kind of shimmer we get. All right, so the flash is on. And yeah, see, there's the blue sapphire. There's the violet rain. So, and the Nebula, which is the dark blue, is right there. So there's definitely going to be shimmer in this. Wow, it sure is pretty. See, I really like that green color with all the blues and the purple. Maybe my Naples yellow deep wasn't the best choice. Like, I mean, it's not horrible. Maybe I should have picked something different. I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of growing on me. But yeah, so there's the sapphire on the right, and there's the Nebula on the left, mixed in with some violet rain. So definite shimmer happening here. For sure. And there you have it, everybody. So let me know what you guys think about this piece in the comments below. Do you like the colors? But yeah, and that's all you need to know. So that is what I have done in regards to mixing the piggies with your Jo Sonja and your Behr. Okay, and you've got the flood float. Look, it's such a mess. But I hope this tutorial helps. So for those of you who've always wanted to try the piggies, there you go. And like I said, we'll see how this dries. We'll see. You can see it's probably expanding a little bit, but I definitely still really like it. And we'll see how it dries, and then I'll resin it and obviously show you guys both of those results. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer all your questions. And just let me overall think what you thought about this. Don't forget about all the workshops. Like I said, Charlotte, North Carolina in February, Seattle, Washington in April, and then let me know if you're a fellow Canadian where you would like to see me come, what province in 2023. All right, so that's it for now. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.